Alright, welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. Last time we finished up Charms class, and we very nearly lost to that competition that we had in class to Natsai, but I managed to pull it out in the end and pull out a victory, which is really nice. What do you want?
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
He's not mad, he's just energetic and cheerful. You gotta admit, the class is fun. I always enjoyed teachers like him when I was in school. Is this his office? Yeah, it's locked. Right, so next we have to go to Defense Against the Dark Arts.
You're the new student, aren't you?
Huh.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how quickly I managed to gain an aptitude for Accio.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Alright, well, good luck with that. Lots of flying origami birds. The man does like his origami. Right, and then Defense Against the Dark Arts, probably down here-ish, if I had to imagine. In fact, I could consult my handy-dandy field guide. In other words, I don't exactly have the location memorized. Although, I am getting a sign that somebody wants help with something. You know what, I'll investigate before I go there. Why not? Any field guide pages here? No, nothing. You'd think a hippogriff statue would merit having one. Ooh, I can get these now. Now none shall escape. Mwahaha. I'm not a dark wizard. That evil cackle was just for dramatic effect.
Revelio.
Any other flying pages around here? Also, I heard a ding. Is it up here, maybe? The dings are field guide pages. I'm not seeing it up here. Perhaps I'll run into it later. I'll have plenty of time to explore the school after all.
Oh dear.
Oh hey, it's you again.
I shall get in trouble for this.
What are you going to get in trouble for?
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Thank you for asking. And I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You might recall that I was trying to cast non-verbally when we met in the common room. Well, I mastered that.
Whoa.
And now I've taken to creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
Does that have to do with the flying pages I've seen around here? Also, impressive you've managed to master your nonverbal casting in that brief amount of time between when we first met and now. It's only been like an hour, maybe? Although I have to admit, that is pretty amazing, creating your own charms, or at least trying to. I hope you succeed with that.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Amit tell on you?
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
Bragging on your behalf to the librarian. I don't know, that doesn't really line up to me, doesn't really compute. Surely he had to think that it would get you into a spot of trouble. But yeah, I'll take a look.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Right, yeah, I'll definitely have a look. So this is the library here. I do think I encountered a little bug during my first playthrough here. The 5th book did not appear until I left and came back in. I honestly don't think I missed it because I looked around pretty thoroughly for it, so I hope that doesn't happen again.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go.
2. Alright.
Revelio.
Okay, there's
Accio.
one right there.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Ooh, do we read her diary? Oh, who am I kidding? Today was a good day. That is, until Gareth splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lacewing flies. Had to empty my entire cauldron and start over again. He is such a menace, thinks he knows everything there is to know about potions, always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I am utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. Not sure how to say that. Arbroath? Okay, I'm gonna go with Arbroath. Arbroath Smokies again tonight for dinner. I'm becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. Not a fan of Gareth, I take it.
Accio.
Okay, that was a field guide page, not one of her books.
Revelio.
Okay, there's one up there.
Accio.
It's another book. So now I've got one more. There it is. Yeah, so it was definitely a glitch in my first playthrough if they were that easy to find.
Revelio.
I say as I lose it. There it is.
Accio. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Yeah, I definitely think that was a bug in my first playthrough. So yeah, just be mindful if ever you encounter an issue where you're in the library and you can only find 4 of the books and you look everywhere for the 5th one and can't find it anywhere, just try leaving and re-entering. That works for me. Another
adventure, are we?
talking bust of Ignatia Wildsmith. Wildsmith, right? Yeah. Cressida?
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
I'm not gonna extort her. Here you go.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin.
That does help a lot. A lot of these
Thank
spells.
goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Yeah, a lot of incantations are rooted in Latin, so it would definitely help to brush up a little bit. Also, if I were you, I would find better places to practicing your charms, because the library, you don't really want to disturb it. And then earlier you mentioned,
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
and then earlier you also mentioned using Descendo in the Great Hall, which Yeah, not really the best idea. Alright, and Defense Against the Dark Arts, that's where I was going. So it's out this way. I think this is going to lead to the base of that Defense Against the Dark Arts tower, yeah. Oh, there's a flue flame here.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
I do wish that bust would not talk nearly as often as it does. It does grate on your nerves a little bit over time. I think that there's a mod to fix that, but I've not really looked into modding this game yet, so I'd be hesitant to do so in the middle of a playthrough. Creepy eyes. Yeah, let's begin. Already witnessing a fight.
Is that all you've got?
Dude just used Bombarda on a student.
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso. Could be interesting. I suppose it's Levioso, not Leviosa.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Like a person? Close enough.
Let us begin with a basic cast.
All right. It
See how
doesn't
the
work.
dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
Can I?
Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
Can
as
I-
Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Can I? Okay, thank you. I can. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I guess you're staying on 2 and 3 for the time being, which is fine, I guess, because I don't need Accio right now. But yeah, I wanted you on 3. It's more intuitive for me.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelist, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
All right. A duel.
Levioso. This can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Oh, I just hit
You're
myself.
good.
If only all of my students were this adept.
Ooh, I kicked your backside.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Heckert. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Again, always look forward to learning new
All
things.
right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Alright, let's reorganize our spells. Also, don't worry, you will get the proper Wingardium Leviosa later. I know the first time I played this game, I thought that they bastardized Wingardium Leviosa with Levioso, and I was a little bit disappointed because I don't remember seeing just Levioso in the books or anything. But I could always be misremembering, because again, it's been a very long time since I've read the books or watched the films. But yeah, don't worry, it's there. Alright, and yeah, you were Sebastian Sallow, correct?
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dabbled in the past.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
That is not what I meant.
Fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Tell me more.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance. If you're interested.
I am definitely interested.
Till next time.
Right. I'm sure my professors wouldn't mind a little detour before I go to Hogsmeade, I think was my next task. The day is still fairly young. I mean, if there's more dueling, then I quite look forward to it.
Revelio.
Aha! Oh, there's Peeves again. Unless in dire straits, it is probably best to avoid this particular toilet, as it is allegedly one of Peeves' favorite pranking spots. I would say more than allegedly at this point.
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you?
Okay,
fancy a
okay,
bowl?
move on.
As long as we're only one
Don't feel like getting toilet water on me. Lachlan the Lanky. This statue depicts a wizard named Lachlan the Lanky, a tall, slender wizard who appears to be quite proud of himself. For what precisely? No one knows. Fair enough. That looks like a button.
Accio. Levioso.
I imagine I need something to push it in.
Revelio.
Oh, there was another field guide page right here. Map of Argyllshire. Argyllshire. I don't know. Probably butchered that. This map depicts, yes, a region in Scotland which consists. I can speak. Which contains the. You know what? Just moving on. Yoink. Ooh. A long coat. Is a little bit better stat-wise than the robes that I had. Those have no resale value, so I'm just going to destroy them. It's not really my style, though, admittedly, so I'm going to change it back to Gryffindor robes.
Revelio.
Musical paintings. It's rather nice. Distant tower. I think that's where the owls go because there are a bunch of owls flying around it, I think. And again, they tend to be nocturnal, so I'm not sure those are owls.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Ah, you got here quick. And you have a ball.
Accio.
Can't take that ball from you.
Levioso.
Yes, I know how to work these puzzles. I'm just role-playing a little. Right, and you must be that Lucan Brettleby I've heard about.
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
Yeah, nice to hear.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Maybe that kind of kicked his backside.
The two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course.
Of course. Dueling's an
Hey, I
entertaining
said
pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Yeah, let's go.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
That's not a very friendly welcome to the club.
Levioso. Accio. Protego.
I'm kicking your backside.
Levioso. Accio. Stupid. Levioso. Accio.
Get fucked.
I could never duel like that.
Well, maybe that was bad phrasing, but...
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed wands victory. Well fought.
Thank you.
Hope to see you back here again.
I kicked their backsides. Right. So yeah, I have to go and speak with Professor Weasley now that I finished my classes and had a little bit of a duel. Although before I do that, I want to take a look at what all I've managed to accomplish. Huh. A nice set of gloves as a reward. Some glasses. More glasses, more gloves. Okay. Do I have any gear that I've missed? None that I can view at the moment. I know I got a wand grip earlier, but I don't have my own wand yet. Right then. I think it's time we go and speak to Professor Weasley. Next time, because that's where I'm ending this episode. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.